Well, to my honest surprise, the like goal was achieved in about 24 hours of the video being released, and I really cannot thank you guys enough for that. So, here we go, as I promised, the Oathbreaker rework video. Before I begin, just remember this is an idea and opinion piece. We are all entitled to our own opinions, and no two people will always agree on things. Keep it civil in the comments. So what is the main issue with Oathbreaker? Well, I think I kind of nail on the spot in the video as it being just a straight mistake fixer. Some people see this as a good thing because they can compensate for their brain dead random solo queue teammates feeding revenge all the time. For me, as a person who duo stacks or 4 stacks all the time, this is how fights with Oathbreaker normally go. Alright, now we feed him, but also do a shit ton of damage to him at the same time. Or he just dies. Alright. Hey guys, let's gank this guy as hard as possible. I have Oathbreaker revenge literally doesn't fucking matter. And this is the problem. When a competent player plays with a BP or 2 of them on their team, they can take a core mechanic from the game and throw it out the fucking window. The current patch Oathbreaker is an active feat that once used on a target will strip all shields from said target. This feat would be absolutely terrible if it wasn't for the ability to outright neuter revenge. See, I've seen people say, oh, why not just make it affect shields only and not affect revenge? And I'll answer that pretty easily. If this feat were to just remove shields, it would be literally useless as a 3rd feat slot. The only feats this would ever counter is Phalanx, and if you're petty about it, Indomitable. It would have no effect on Umbral Shelter due to the nerf it received, where it only takes the shield off once. This feat needs a complete and utter redesign instead of the brain-dead band-aid nerfs it's getting. So how do you change it to keep it effective in team play, yet not completely remove a whole mechanic from the game? Okay, you guys gotta listen to me. Do not unsub or click off. We have to go look at League of Legends. No, look, I'm sorry. But this whole idea stems from an idea from League. So in League, there's a mechanic some champions have called a silence. This silence makes it so that champions are unable to use any of their abilities while under the silence. This is what I think Oathbreaker should be doing, and take some notes. To go into further detail, I believe that to keep this feat relevant, it should become a silence mechanic. Let me kind of explain this. So I want you to picture this. You see a raider walking into a fight with Fury Flask in his pocket. You know that if he gets it off, that team fight is literally over because he's about to turn your entire team into Pearl Harbor. So you hit him with this new Oathbreaker, and then for the 20 seconds it's active, the raider is unable to use any of their feats. That means passives as well are disabled until the duration of Oathbreaker has ended. There would be endless uses for Oathbreaker with this fix. You can use it properly, but this can also mean that it can be used improperly, while at the same time staying relevant and not outright removing a mechanic from the game. Still not convinced? Let me give you some extra examples. Do you like Aphira? Oh, you don't? Okay, okay, what about her feats? Oh, you hate them. Okay, well, with the new Oathbreaker, with a click of a button, you can just not lose 60% of your health in around 2 seconds, and, well, still lose the fight because your opponent picked Aphira. So at the end of the day, it just comes down to this question. Would you rather have your revenge stripped from you while in an anti-gank, or your feats removed from you from a team fight? And I really urge you to think about it for a second. The only way for a BP to know that you have these feats is to actually pay attention to which ones are glowing and which ones aren't. So if BP is not paying attention, he could Oathbreaker someone who has literally no useful feats, or none that are active at the time Oathbreaker hits them. This gives plenty options of counterplay where feats can be definitely thrown out of his vision, entering a team fight later, or having a team comp where there are so many threatening feats, BP has to choose who to silence. This part is where I myself find it balanced because there's actual fucking counterplay, not like Oathbreaker currently with no counterplay at all. I think Front is really going down the wrong road with his decisions, making some feats straight up I win buttons. Gunpowder Surprise being an AC 130 shot, Medjai's 50 BMG, and Ocelotl's I'm ledging you now button. There needs to be counters to these feats. If you're attentive, you can roll out of AoE feats like Fire Flask and Bombs, and you can literally walk out of catapults. 3rd feats like Longbow and Trident can be dodged if you're paying attention. You just kind of have to pray that you don't get back shots from them. But the thing about Oathbreaker is that there's literally no counter to it. There is a massive window for Oathbreaker to be used where literally nothing can be done about it, because all you need to do as a BP is literally wait for your opponent to glow orange and then hit the button. There's quite literally no counterplay to this. Feats themselves can be a very big impulse in teamfights, so with a feat silencer, it doesn't really sound awful at the end of the day. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a good day.
Must commit.